Winner bracket final, best of 5 series, team against the Hardos. Tomb of the Spider Queen is our first map. And we have, for the final day of the tournament, we have sub players on both teams. So apparently Masquerade is currently celebrating. And you ask me, what is he celebrating, Khaldor? Is he celebrating that he fucking grew a little bit and is a centimeter or two taller? Nope, that's not it. He's celebrating his birthday. His birthday was weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, and he's now celebrating it apparently this weekend. So he's not playing today, which means that Nagrom plays for them again. Now you might remember, Nagrom is actually not a fixed part of Team but we played with them in Miami, and he played in a support role, and he had insane cleanses throughout the tournament. At the same time though, Nagrom isn't the main support player, he's a main tank. So here they play now with Banana H, their support, and Nagrom is subbing in for Masquerade and can now try to steal his spot away by just performing out of the world today. On the other side though, we got the Hardos, and the Hardos are also playing with the sub. Apparently Yasu is on vacation and Ixia is subbing in for him. And I asked him, okay, so what's going on with Yasu? What's happening? He's on a vacation for a month. And I'm like, the fuck, for a month? So yeah, fucking rich kids. I have no idea what that guy's doing for work, or if he has like a sugar mommy or something. But holy hell, he just like zips off for a month and is like, see ya nerds, I'm out of here. So yeah, Yasu's gone for a month. Ixia subbing in here today, and we're heading into game number 1. We got the Zarya ban here on Tomb. We also have Vala banned out. That's a bit of a sad move. But Blaze gets locked in together with Hanzo as the blue team opted to pick Rega first. Okay, so this is obviously a bit of a highlight. I mean, this is a pretty star-studded game that we have now, and we've seen this particular match already over and over and over again. And usually it's Team that comes out ahead. If I'm not mistaken though, in the last playoffs, the playoffs of the X Cup Fall, it was the Hardos who won the match in the winner's bracket, and Team had to go through the loser's bracket, but then ended up winning the entire tournament after all. So we'll see how exactly all of this is going to work out today for the Hardos, if they have a chance to take him down here. We have Dainu now on his Sylvanas, so he's going to be very happy about that. Dequaza playing Leo. No main tank shenanigans yet. But I can't wait to see Nagrom on the main tank. Nagrom was so amazing as a support when he subbed in for them. It was incredible. When he played in Miami, he had so many saves with cleanses that were just out. They were absolutely incredible. So I want to see what he can do now in his main role as a tank player. First of all, Diablo gets banned against him, so already a little bit of respect here from the side of the Hardos. But yeah, let's keep an eye on Nagrom as all of this continues. Johanna is banned as well. Benny hasn't made a choice yet. We still have Stukov out there, by the way, so you could go for a Stukov Varian, Stukov Anubara composition if you wanted to. Can always go for the Crybaby, pull Anduin in here. Nick could technically still go for Kerrigan as another option, of course. And we still are waiting, of course, to see what exactly we're also going to get from Ultralisk himself, because Nick against Ultralisk is a fun one. That's a really interesting play. And oh, is that a Kerrigan pick? If she doesn't get picked away, there's a chance that Nick is locking her in. With Copenhagen on Blaze and Tyrael now played by Bad Benny, there is definitely a chance that's going to happen. So, let's have a look. Ultralisk and Nagrom. Those are the two that we're still waiting for here. Are they picking the Kerrigan away? Could also be a Genji on the side. Nagrom on Stitches. And Kerrigan gets picked by Ultralisk. And that leaves Nick with the final pick of the first map in this best of 5 series here at the winner bracket final of the X Cup Winter Playoffs. And what is Nick now going to go for? A little bit more damage. Are we going to get something aggressive around the lines of a Genji? Something completely different here? Show me what you got, baby. Tracer! Alright, so we get a Tracer. The Hardos, everybody, going up against Team... First map, Tomb of the Spider Queen. Let's get going. Map number 1, on the left side, the blue team, with Ultralisk on Kerrigan. We have Dequaza on Leoric, Banana H on Rega, Dino and Sylvanas. And subbing in today for Masquerade is Nagrom. He's pretty much their standard sub now, and this kid is so talented that no matter what role they need, he's going to be there for them. They needed a support for Miami, he was there. Now they need someone to replace Masquerade for the day, and he is playing in his main role as a tank. On the right side of the map, the Hardos, with Bad Benny on Teriel. We got Hazops on Hanzo, Copenhagen on Blaze, Nick on Tracer, and Ixia subbing in for Yazu, who is on vacation for a month. An entire month. Now, they might need to hold on to Ixia, honestly. If you have a support player that just simply says, alright boys, I'm out of here for an entire 4 weeks, like, that's a little bit rough. So yeah. Either way, let's see who's taking the first game in this best of 5 series. Who's gonna take the lead here? We got Tracer. Of course, she needs to be careful. 16 with Pulverize for Stitches is gonna be a big tool. I have no idea what Ultralisk is doing. Apparently they're already trolling around a little bit. That little stun attempt was only hitting Stitches and nobody else. Maybe he's practicing, I don't know. So went for the combo. I was like, how do you do that again? What do you do first? Okay, so you pull into the spike. Is that how it goes? Ah, alright. Yeah, some Karrigan basics here, as it seems from our boy. But yeah, he needs to apply those a bit later. Maybe he was assuming that Tracer would like just jump after them. I don't really think so, but yeah, time will tell. Okay, so there's obviously quite a bit on the line here. There's 4,000 euros in total in these playoffs, all sponsored by our anonymous benefactor, Mr. X. And we'll see who nets the most of that money. The entire prize pool is split down into the top 8. So even if you just make 8th place in the tournament, you at least get a little bit of pizza money for yourself. So there's that. But yeah, we get our action here in the middle. Obviously, when you're playing on this particular map in the beginning, it's quite important that you control the rotation. You're trying to make sure that you have an easier access to the turn-in points, therefore. And you can also always make the plays for these camps. And in this case, it's Copenhagen that was trying to steal the Siege Giants away, I assume. But that didn't really work out for them. So now they gotta try and stay alive. And that in and of itself might not be the easiest thing to accomplish. Lost a lot of HP here on Blaze and on Brightwing. But nobody dead just yet. With Stitches in play, level 13 becomes crucial, since that's when you get your extended range on the hook. We already got the Tenderizer here for additional slows on level 4. The Ghastly Reach for Leo. That's also going to help to keep more control on Tracer whenever they are applying that. And they already pressure down at the bottom of the map, still keeping those Siege Giants in play, which is kind of important. Yeah. So you gotta make sure that you get at least some damage on that wall, and they already accomplished that. Talking about damage, Benny gets attacked here, and Sylvanas is starting to YOLO the damage out. That's not one of those interplays that we're gonna have quite a bit in the late game, I suppose. That Nick is gonna try in his Tracer to move straight in for Sylvanas if he gets a shot there. And he's definitely going to try for that. There's the hook, Brightwing more or less moving into that, and a bit more damage from Sylvanas already. But the Quasar has to be careful. He's going to activate his trait right now. One of the few games where he doesn't get to play Blaze. He has a pretty incredible track record on Blaze, so it's a good idea to always pick it away from him or ban it out. But yeah, we'll see. Nagrom already moving away. Get that minion! Oh yeah, that's another gem right there. Gotta go for every single one of them. 18 turned in against 14, so yeah, still early stages. But the Sylvanas rotation is already bearing fruit, as they are now attempting to not only go for a kill, but also take some of the towers down. The aggression with Brightwing, on the other hand, might lead to the first death of Sylvanas. And yes, Dino is dead. Nick was waiting the entire time, and then as soon as Brightwing was ready, they jumped in together. And with a quick polybomb, they were able to disable Sylvanas. So that led to the first kill of the game, and I think this could be number 2. Dequaza goes down, and Banana H. Ooh, that's a triple, baby! And that is gems lost. This time they're not going to get those gems back, and that is annoying for Team Wa. The Hardos with a pretty good start into game number 1. They get 3 kills, a slight lead in experience, a little bit of momentum down at the bottom of the map, and an advantage in gems, of course, as well. So yeah, definitely off to a good start. Whereas Ultralisk, up at the top, is still dealing with Benny. We have the turn-in attempts now from Ixia and also from Nick, and they are able to get them to 39. Which means that if one of the boys at the top, or well in this case actually Copenhagen, turns in, they can get the first Red Weaver wave. And nobody checks him! Nobody checks Blaze! So yes, this is the first Red Weaver wave. Red Weavers are gonna touch ground first, on the opportunity to take some structures down and maybe build that momentum. Of course, they need to make sure everybody's still staying alive here. Carrigan can Ultralisk maybe turn this up at the top. Jet propulsion coming in. Nagron a bit low, but the hook doesn't land as he's trying to turn it onto the opponent's team. Web Beavers on the move. And level 10 is, of course, a possibility here as well. Down at the bottom of the map, Tracer is already starting to chase Dequaza again, and he's going to have a tough time defending that bot lane. He's at half HP, and even with the tap at the fountain, this is not going to be easy for him. Middle of the map at least, seems like the defensive attempts are so far working out. Ultralisk, okay, moves away, a little bit of a safety net here too. And down at the bot lane, the wall has already fallen, they're starting to make a move for the next structure. And Nick is just YOLOing out one bomb after another, just keeping them on their toes, getting the damage in here. The hook connects, but Copenhagen is going to be absolutely fine. Webweaver is taken down, some structures lost top side. Bit of a battle, and Ultralisk is rather low, so he needs to be really careful. If Benny gets a chance to follow up on him, he's definitely going to do that, but they got to retreat here. But level 10 is now finally available, and with that we also have the arrow for Hanzo again in play, and there we go. Hanzo's arrow hits with both, and that's a double kill. Easy double kill here against Carrigan and Rhaegar, and it seems like they're gonna go for boss. But that was a pretty nice one. So both of them exposed, then bam, the arrow comes in, connects with the two of them, and they follow up. Tracer moves in, Tyrael is there with her, and now it's 5 kills to 0, and a very early boss for the Hardos. Yeah, nicely done. There is some counterplay at the bot lane in form of Sylvanas pushing again, this time together with Leoric. But I don't think that the top fort is going to survive all of this. Yeah, well, they're not pushing with it, so they might be able to save it after all. It's a very early boss, and it's going to do some damage for sure, but there's 3-4 defenders that are now moving in here. And Nick gets the assist from Brightwing, but that could have been a bit of a problem. Now, the blue team has also summoned Web Weavers, so that definitely helps a bit too. But yeah, top fort is definitely taking damage. The red team is collapsing onto the mid lane and making sure that the Web Weaver here at least is not able to destroy the wall. So they're going to take this down quickly. Whereas down at the bottom of the map, Blaze is already doing the same thing. He has to be a little bit careful. Nice combo attempt up here. Hook didn't connect though. So the combo from Carrigan ran empty. And now they're starting to come in. Oh, Sanctification already out. There it is. Another arrow, but only soaked up by Stitches. The combo from Carrigan. The body block. Benny. 20 gems. But they go for the Sylvanas kill instead. Blocked himself. Oh! The kill from the Web Weavers. Brightwing is dead. Ixia gets dropped by the Web Weavers. Another hook attempt by Nagrom, but he only hits a minion. Some damage at least done at the top lane, but at the bottom of the map we now have Copenhagen with 24 gems. Soon an opportunity to turn in for him, but he defeated the Web Weavers, and now they are also able to get even more hit points removed from the middle fort. Now Nagrom, he is going to be fine. He's running a little bit low, tries for another hook. He doesn't have level 13 yet, so it's not going to be too big. I also want to highlight quickly that he actually did not go for Gorge. Gorge is usually what they go for in most cases, but he went instead into the Putrid Bile here. Red team with the turn-in, so we got the Hardos with an easy turn-in and an early level 13, and they try to make the play for Ultralisk. Carrigan is a bit low, but they're getting out of here once again. But that was a bit of a shock moment for the blue team. If they lose their melee assassin in that instance, it would be a bit of a disaster. Here comes level 13 and the hook extension in just a few more seconds for Team Wah. But as you can tell, the Web Weavers are already on the ground. Hazu has not used his arrow yet, so we can still... There it is. Arrow comes in, connects with the two, and they're gonna go for the kill again. Dino, no chance of survival here. They get the kill, and that was perfectly played here. They needed to get a few more kills for even more momentum. Our 1 versus 1 on the bot lane continues as the Web Weavers are pushing. And over here, they are starting to become aggressive now too. Benny's a bit low, but he still has the Sanctification and drops the cooldown on them. The hook catch up with Hanzo though. And Hazu jumps out straight away. Leo at the bot lane, desperately attempting to keep the fort in play. But in the middle, there's no hope for this one. They're going to take it down 100%. The only question is, can they maybe even get another kill too? Ancestral keeping Carrigan alive, but there it is. The isolation of Rhaegar, and it leads to another kill for the red team. 8 kills to 1. They go for Ultralisk and burn him down. Ultralisk dies too. 9 kills to 1. And now they are 1.5 levels ahead. The Hardos, everybody, looking fantastic for them this early in the game. Now, of course, the hook got upgraded, as mentioned, once Stitches hits level 13. But here now, the big question is also, what can the Hardos do with the second turn? And if they get those gems, can they capitalize on the level advantage that they're rolling here? They get the Siege Giants already. We got Tracer on 40,000 hit points, 23,000 for Sylvanas. She's the top damage for the team at this point. And the only one that has not died yet for the blue team is Stitches. Stitches is the only one that is still at 0 deaths for the blue team. Team is in a bit of trouble. They're trying for another turn-in. That doesn't work, and instead, here comes the play for Dino. He gets out. The arrow was good. Hanzo able to land it. They couldn't get the kill, but now they can turn their own gems in. They guard the point even further. And of course, we have them with a talent advantage now that they can finally use to start and push this through a little bit more. 9 kills to 1. A big lead for the Hardos. And we see them again in the middle, looking for a play. Dino jumping out. They're trying to turn it. Wailing arrow already in. 6 seconds for Sanctification to be ready again. Arrow's gonna take a while. Is he gonna commit to it? No. No Sanctification just yet. They're poking with level 16. They're trying to poke the wall down just a bit. And at the same time, the move towards the turning point. 26 gems have already been turned in. And they're getting closer to more. But Quasar, 37 gems on Leoric. He needs to be very, very careful. If he falls, the ticket back into the game is pretty much gone. So right now, it's all about exploiting the level 16 lead. There is a boss up at the top now too. Boss is back. Could be an opportunity for the 2 damage dealers to try and move in for it. But Quasar with a sneaky turn-in. Yeah, 37 gems delivered. I like it. We have another 17 on Dino, but at least Leo can now activate his trade again without being too sad about things. Another arrow, and this time it's only Stitches that gets hit, but they're isolating him. The Ancestral is a little bit too late. Fantastic play by Bad Benny. Isolates him with the Holy Ground and then drops the Sanctification. No counterplay. Stitches can't escape any further. And that is another kill on the board for the Hardos, who steal away the hard camp from the opponent's team and now have an opportunity to go for another Web Beaver wave and turn in. And that's what they're looking at. Nice combo from Carrigan, and they get the kill on Tracer. Beautiful trap by the blue team. Team is going for it once again. Chrysalis on Carrigan to keep her alive a little bit longer as the bunker gets dropped by Blaze, but here's the Entomb. Carrigan with another combo. Big fight here. Copenhagen gets out 4v4 as Stitches isn't back to business yet. But of course, on 16, as already highlighted at the beginning, we now have Pulverize. And that is big. That's really big. That's making it very difficult for Tracer in these situations. So she has to be super careful. But yeah, we got 10 kills to 2 now. Carrigan quest completed. Another arrow. Can they go for the doggy? Well, they try, but they can't kill Banana Age. But Hanzo connects the arrows. Hasn't missed one yet. This one was not quite as impactful as the previous ones, but there's always the opportunity for them. Another hook on Bright Wing. They go for Nagrom right away. And he drops the Putrid Bile. No place for him with Gorge. Putrid Bile hasn't really given them too much yet. The blue team is turning in, so the blue Web Beavers are going to come down once more. They lost every single fort. Every fort is down on the blue team side. But they haven't lost the keep yet. And they still need to take some structures down. They are way behind in experience. But they can definitely close this gap if they just kill a few structures here and take maybe a hero down or two. Nagrom again at the frontier. Has to be careful. Benny gets attacked. Needs to use the Sanctification to stay alive. And they're turning it once again against Carrigan. The hook. Bad Benny. The play isn't over yet. But Carrigan is down and that puts the blue team at a disadvantage. 4v5. Web Beavers already knocking those walls down. Another hook against Copenhagen, who pops the bunker immediately, not taking any risks here. 61,000 damage by Tracer now. 56,000 by Sylvanas. And they're still looking for the plays. Entomb comes out after Tracer was attempting to zip in, but they turn the fight again, and this time it's Leo who's going to fall. Quasar doesn't stand a chance here. He's going to die. It's just a matter of time. He's still going for the drain, but eventually he is gonna get murdered. Leo is dead. 12 kills to 2. Level 20 talents are now available for the Hardos, and they defend most of the outer structures. There's obviously still the fort in the bot lane. That one has been taken down. The one at the top is low. But now they run that numbers advantage once again, and they're going straight up for the boss. And Rhaegar is using that time to try and steal a camp. So they're trying to steal the camp. Sylvanas is already active at the bottom of the map, attempting to go for the siege giants. And Stitch is just annoying them with a turn-in. The problem right now is that there is technically a chance for the Hardos to get the boss and the web weavers, and they make that happen. Now, the camp has been claimed, and both of them are hearthing right away. Nobody will be able to interrupt this. But since the boss is traveling through the top lane, and the web weavers do the same, I am quite sure that this fort, this keep is going to fall. Nice move. The friendly hand right here. So he's able to save Dainu after Hanzo hits the bullseye. The fight, on the other hand, is just now starting to shape up at the top lane as they're going for the jet propulsion in once more. Nice combo attack by Kerrigan, but it's a little bit too late as Blaze already pops the bunker. The keep is down. They're trying to go for the core here as we have an attempt by the Hardos to end this game. They are dropping low, though. Sylvanas moving in with the damage. 12 kills to 2. Level 20 is in. The shield already getting attacked, and web weavers are down now too. But they go for the sanctification. Tyrael with an explosion can do another 5% to the core if they commit to it, and that's exactly what they're going to do. The core falling quickly at this point, and it's rough for the blue team to feel the defense here. They're not going to be able to make it happen. A couple of the heroes are about to die. Copenhagen in particular goes down, but it's already too little too late. Game number 1 goes to the Hardos as they take the lead in the winner bracket final. Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV. The Hardos take game number 1. They have the lead over Team Wa. As mentioned, both of the teams playing with a substitute player today. The second map, and Hazu with great arrows on map number 1. Nick with a lot of damage on Tracer, of course, too. And Benny really controlled these choke points with Tyrael's Holy Ground a lot and made it especially difficult for Stitches, who had trouble to maneuver around that. So, not quite the start that Team Wa is used to. They're now playing on Battlefield of Eternity, the map choice of the Hardos. As usual, if you lose a map in a series, you have the choice. Do you want to have first pick, or do you want to have map pick for the upcoming game? And most of the teams, I would say like 90%, 95%, go for first pick, first ban. Sometimes you have a team that has a certain map in mind that they want to play, maybe even a strategy that they have developed for one of them, so they go for a map choice, but more often than not you will see teams go straight for first pick, first ban. That gives you a little bit of an advantage in the draft, and that's what Team Wa has now done as well. So on this map, what we are getting first is Sylvanas banned out, so they don't want to deal with Dino here. Diablo gets banned as well. Lucio, his movements, the quick rotations obviously helping a lot. Tracer gets banned, so okay, the Dino respect bans are coming in for game number 2. Does that end up with a Blaze first pick, or do they just simply go for support again? That's obviously the two things that we always look at, or most of the games. It's either you're going for a support like Rhaegar, before that was Stukov, where you're saying, okay, he has so much of an impact that we want to lock him in early, or you just go for your side laner, where especially Blaze excels. Battlefield of Eternity, they go for Hanzo. The map is in that regard a little bit different. You want to have damage dealers that are very strong against the objective, and the 3 that come to mind are an arrow build Vala, Hanzo, and also, of course, Li Ming. Li Ming more for the poke. There she is, together with the Nubarak immediately. And that already guarantees that he can also go for Wave of Force. So he doesn't have to go for his Disintegrate. Because if you're having a Li Ming that gets played against a Nubarak as a bit of a counter, then you normally want to go for Disintegrate, so that when a Nubarak uses Cocoon, you can burn it down very, very quickly. And that's one of the best counters against a noob's ult, and it's always a cooldown victory for you, so it's quite nice. With Li Ming and Nick, it's also going to be very interesting what kind of build he's going to play, because in other games, especially when they were ahead, he likes to go for Let's call the build's a little bit more trolley when he moves in on level 13 with the glass cannon, for example. I'm very curious to see if we're going to get something like that also in a game where the opponent is more on their level. But here comes Genji, and we get Blaze. Could even end up with an Anduin ban because of that. Light Bomb engage with Genji is of course always quite powerful, but they go in and they are banning out Tyrael instead. Okay. Tyrael is banned. That means no sanctification on this one. It would have been even more fun if it would be a game where they go Judgment. Judgment into Hanzo Arrow is something that we've seen in some of the qualifier games. Was it qualifiers or was it even a Nexus Cup? It was definitely one of the earlier round matches. So the skill gap is a little bit bigger there and you can get away with more things. But it's an interesting approach and could at one point even work against a better team, I suppose, if you really go for big sniper combos. But either way, now that with Anubarak they didn't want to face off against the combo with stun into a Stuke of Silence, we have the Admiral banned out. Urel comes in and so does Brightwing. So the question for us is right away, will we get Anduin, yes or no? Rhaegar is still up technically, so you could also go for Rhaegar. But with Anduin, you have the opportunity to go for the Light Bomb Genji combo. And of course, Anduin isn't bad as a support either. I like to make fun of his lore and everything, but as an actual character within the game and with his abilities, Anduin is very annoying to go up against if you have a good Anduin player on your team. And here's Muradin, the dwarf, and Banana is playing Anduin. So we get that Light Bomb engage, we got a lot of stuns coming in with Blaze, his jet propulsion, Muradin with a Stormbolt. And last but not least, it is Hazu. We need more damage. They need a bit more than that. I don't think it's hammer time today. It's been a while since he played the Sergeant. So what can we expect from the German player? Who's going full old school on this one? It's Thrall! Okay, Green Jesus is in the house. That could be Trash Lightning. They could go into Trash Lightning with this. Thrall is likely going to be part of the 4-man. So well, as it stands, everybody, map number 2, let's head into it. The Hardos are in the lead. Let's find out if they can take a win on Battlefield of Eternity as well. Can the Hardos go ahead with a 2-0, or will the blue team fight back? On the left side, Ultralisk on Genji, Banana Age, playing Anduin. We got the Quasar on Blaze, Dino on Hanzo, and Nagrom on Muradin. The Hardos on the right side of the map. Bad Benny on Anubarak. We got Copenhagen on Urel. Nick on Liming, starting things off with the Force Armor here. Thrall holding back his level 1. Again, Trash Lightning is an option for him. And we have Ixia on Brightwing. This is one of the games, honestly, where I would not be shocked in the slightest if he goes for purple. Because it is, I mean, this is about as good as it gets. You have a Thrall in the 4-man. You can try and make the plays here, get a couple of stacks together, increase the damage output towards the later stages. You don't need the Trolling Thunder. Oh, but that could be a kill. And there it is. Trash Lightning, ladies and gentlemen. And a kill on Genji instantly. They tried to make the big play for Liming. That didn't work out. Genji went a bit too deep. And now we have not only a stack for Ahazu's Thrall, but also one kill. Can they make more happen? Team. That was nearly a second one. Nagrom nearly died on this one. So yeah, they got to be a bit careful. Thrall, again, Trash Lightning is usually a talent that's pretty bad simply because you can't stack it properly. Normally when you're picking Thrall, he is on the side lane and he's not part of the 4-man. But if you have a Thrall that, on a 1-4 map is part of this 4-man composition because you have your dedicated side laner, in this case Urel, then Trash Lightning all of a sudden becomes really, really strong. As you get those stacks, the damage already increases quite significantly, but once that you complete the quest itself, you are just poking your opponent to death, and it is fantastic what you can get out of that. Now the problem is that in most cases when you're going up against an opponent that knows what they're doing, they will split and make it very difficult for Thrall to stack, but that's what these 4-man situations are for. Nice save on that Benny, so good move by Brightwing. Ixia looked for a moment like he might be a bit too late, but he's able to save him. So nicely done. Hazu has 4 stacks. Again, completing it is the most important thing. If you can manage to do that, that's fantastic. But it's not one of these quests where you have to complete it in order to get a benefit. Those are the quests that I absolutely hated. Especially, of course, when we're talking about the old Creed of the Hunter. That's exactly what made their talent so unbelievably garbage, and then Blizzard changed it. So in this case, you still have the damage increase, which is kind of important. And they're already trying to poke this down a bit. Ultralisk gets attacked here. Anduin is paying attention, is making sure that it's not going to be too bad for him. Blaze moves down to the bottom of the map now. So it seems like they are thinking about grabbing the camp, and yes, they do. But Thrall is already on his way top side, so it's going to be an even trade in camps, at least it should be. Level 4 Talons are now ready. And let's get them... I mean, we got Trump for it in. I guess Thrall is going to go for the stacks. No, he's not. So Thrall in this case goes for the Mana Tide. No stacking for him, no Frostwolf pack. He's top side now, but should move back down to the bottom of the map. Guess he has to wait a little bit longer until Yrel was able to get some mana back. Nice save! And again, the kill on Genji. Genji dies for the second time today. He went in for the Li Ming kill once more, didn't get the reset. Nick and Ixia were able to keep Li Ming in play. And then Genji dies. So that's another setback for Team Wa. As we have the plays right here for the first objective. 5 stacks still for Hazu, not a whole lot. Can maybe get another couple of stacks together here. That's number 5. Banana Age in trouble. Anduin, and he gets out. Anduin, his real skill is running away, and he's really good at it. Proving that once more. Right wing gets crushed as Ultralisk is finally able to go in for a kill without getting murdered. So that's the chance to redeem himself a bit and take the Fruit Fly down. Good job. 6 stacks for Hazu. Slowly but steadily getting there. And well, we have at the bot lane double camp that is now going in for the wall, so they have to deal with it. Top side, that's where Blaze is doing the exact same thing. But the objective, that's a different story. This is where we're now seeing both of them making some moves to attempt and get the first one. A halftime show, nearly even as the teams are going for the 50%. Bit of extra damage against Yrel. That's starting to move in, but they can't go for Genji in this case. Also, Benny is a little bit low, needs to be very careful here. The sun connects and they're making the play for him, but the heal from right wing is ready. It's not enough to save the cockroach though. A noob got wrecked. And now they're making even more plays. The red team attempting to maybe get a counter kill. That didn't work out. There's still poke happening on the left side as they're burning down the Immortal. It's a win for the blue team as they get objective number 1. Hazu has stacked a little bit more with Thrall, as is now sitting at 8 stacks. It's not really a whole lot, honestly, but he's at 10,000 damage, so that's not too shabby. Again, you increase your damage over time with every single stack, but the real damage burst comes with a level when you complete it, simply because of the targeting. And already we're having a bit of an adjustment made by Nick, so Nick doesn't really want to go into Calamity here. Instead, he's going for the on-point damage once again. That is going to be interesting, because Seeker can be great, especially if you have someone to set up those kills for you. So let's say you play with Varian, then you can get a lot out of this. But without Seeker, only relying in this case on, well, I guess Anubarak and Thrall. The question is still, can he get maximum damage out of it? Can of course stay a little bit farther away, and I suppose it opens up his level 13 to an extent, but let's see what Nick can do here. Nick is known for his builds that are a bit out of the norm, but can he use them to the fullest extent here? That's the bigger question. And Hazu's still stacking. Hazu is still doing work. He's like at 11 stacks now, so he's slowly getting there and doing the job, increasing the damage, working towards completion so that he can poke even more. Down at the bottom of the map, Copenhagen and Equasa locked into a 1v1, whereas topside we have the camp taken and the Hardos on the warpath. 2 kills to 2 though. Very even. The first objective didn't really do all that much, but at least it opened the wall up for them. Yeah, another stack comes in for Thrall. Tries to also anticipate the escape path of Muradin. It kind of whiffs that a bit. Down to the bottom of the map. Alright, Yrel starts attacking. Brightwing was moving in to help out. I don't think they can get a kill here. They can definitely piss Equasa off a bit. Can they get the kill too? Oh, that would have been great. But instead, we have Anduin dying at the top, and Ultralisk also has to move out. The fight isn't even over topside, because it seems like Muradin might also be crushed. That is another kill for the Hardos. 4 kills to 2, and they've taken an experienced lead by now. Bot lane, they still have to hold on to this. 13 stacks now for Thrall. Keep those stacks a bit in mind, because they're going to play a big, big role later on. He's level 7, obviously. I mean, the Ancestral Wrath is just too good to pass up on. It's a really, really nice nuke. It gives you a little bit of sustain. Point and click as well, so that makes it a lot of instances even easier. And Nick is going for Disintegrate. Despite the fact that we have an Uberak on their side, he goes for Disintegrate. He doesn't have to burn the Cocoon down, but he still goes for it. His Li Ming has been wild for a while now, and he is not afraid to use that same style also against someone like Team WAP. I just want to see what he goes for on level 13. Is he going to go all out on this one? I want to say no, but we'll see. Oh, the play! What a beautiful combo with the Light Bomb for Genji. A double kill on Li Ming and Brightwing. Easy kills. That was a work of art. And they now get the kill on Anubarak too. So 3 heroes are down. And I mean, check this one out. Look at that beautiful setup here. So here comes the Light Bomb. They zip in. Easy double stun. And then everybody just collapses onto the 2 targets. The Hanzo arrow is also connecting together with it. Massive amount of stuns and then the damage. That's a kill right there. And this is the kind of plays that you have to be very afraid of if you're playing with a squishy hero. I cannot not for a moment would I believe that Nick really goes for Glass Cannon on this one. That's something that he can pull off in some of the qualifiers when they're YOLOing, but not here. This, on the other hand, is a bit of a problem too. That was a quick kill against Blaze, who never even got the opportunity to drop his bunker, apparently. And that, of course, shuts the potential push through the top lane down. Yeah. Doesn't really seem like they can get a lot out of this one. Bit annoying for them, honestly. Yeah, then again, here comes the Light Bomb, the arrow, and again the play with the stuns. That was sexy coordination. That was the second play where they coordinated perfectly between a Stormbolt, Hanzo's arrow, and a Light Bomb play. They really know how to get these kills right now. 6 kills to 5, and they are able to take that fort down after all, even with Blaze missing. I still want to highlight that we have by now 18 stacks for Hazorb, so keep in mind that he's scaling into late game quite nicely. But the blue team is very much so attacking all the lanes, all the structures, and really trying to gain map control in this one. But yeah, let's take another quick look at that play. Oh, well, first of all, we have Muradin getting attacked. Is that going to be a kill? Muradin, Nagrom, the Wolf connects, and he eats way too much damage, Ancestral Wrath, and he gets out. Alright, Muradin is able to get away, but check out this coordination again. Have a look at this. Here comes the first one. Bam, they come in. Hanzo's arrow is there once again, and they kill Brightwing. Time and time again, we're seeing these plays from them, and they are beautiful. 18 stacks for Thrall. That translates directly into 25,000 damage. So he's sitting at the exact damage numbers that Li Ming is bringing. 24,000 for Genji. Really nice combos from especially the blue team, but also from the Hardos. We're getting well-coordinated fights with tons of aggression that led by now to 5 kills. Hanzo hasn't fallen yet. And talking about plays and traps, there's another one. Yeah, Ultralisk. Alright, gets attacked once, and immediately Anduin is ready. The problem is that we had Nagrom all the way on the right side, and he gets crushed. That arrow goes nowhere. And in comes the Cocoon. They're getting more kills after that, aren't they? Nice jet propulsion to try and save the day. But I'm not sure they can do that. They're trying with the X-Strike though. And they're going for Bad Benny. Ultralisk zipping out. Wants the kill. Doesn't get it because of the W. So he's dead too. And he's not the only one that's going to fall here. They get a kill on an Uberak. That's definitely true. But they're losing Anduin as well. 8 kills to 7, so they pull ahead here. 4 seconds until the Immortal is back up, and it's all over the place again, this game. Yeah, this game is getting a bit bananas here. It definitely is. And he went for Glass Cannon. He fucking went for it. Unbelievable. Honestly, at this point, this is just crazy. Okay, Ultralisks. I mean, right now, Genji has to just show what he's there for. If they look at the talents and they see Glass Cannon and Li Ming and they don't exploit that, then that's on them. Ultralisk, there's a big, big target painted on Nick's face. There's a big bullseye there. He wants to go for these quick, impactful combos, of course, with his level 7 choice as well. And he can do tons and tons of damage right now. But he is, at the same time, very, very vulnerable. And the team has to be ready. Because unless Team Wah is completely hammered, they're going to make their plays for Nick. And if that's the case, someone needs to make sure that when Genji makes the approach, they're there. And there's the first hit. Stun into stun. And Thrall is down. Straight into the Immortal stun. The initial idea was definitely a good one. They wanted to go for Muradin. That didn't work out for them. And then Thrall gets caught hard. The arrow from Hanzo, a little bit too much to handle. Blaze still up at the top. But the fight here isn't over. Stormbolt and Brightwing is nearly eating dirt here. But the Cocoon on Muradin saved them for now. Nagrom is dancing around those combos, eating a ton of them, activating his trade whenever possible to get some hit points back, and then making another move towards the Immortal and also for an additional kill that they're looking for. 5v5 right now. Thrall is coming back at this point, but oh boy. 8 kills to 8 and a big lead on the Immortal thanks to Hanzo for Team. Wow. Stormbolt is in. Jet Propulsion misses though. They're looking for another Hanzo combo. There's the disintegrate. Stun into the Immortal stun. And the kill. Blaze is down, but so is the Immortal. Bot lane is still pushing. They're going to be able to deal with that. Level 16 Talons are going to be here soon. But I'm not sure how much they can do now that Blaze is down. They are going to be looking for it. Double pull now with the level 16. And we also have Final Cut in. Already making the plays here. And they got to be real careful. With its integrate, there's the action. Ooh, Genji, careful, my friend. He missed Li Ming. And now Anduin dies. Frontline Anduin. Kick W. Frontline Anduin. Are you kidding me? I'm sorry, Banana, but that's definitely not where you're supposed to be. Anduin has absolutely no melee skills whatsoever. He can play with the lamp from the back a little bit and throw some light around, but you don't want to have him at the front line where he actually has to play with his sword a little bit. That's not going to work out. So yeah, no, that's not the position for him. 21 stacks also for Thrall, so keep that in mind because by now he has 35,000 damage. Urel, by the way, is on 30k. Not bad, Copenhagen. Not bad. They're building momentum here. They really are. Yeah, Nick gets poked a bit. But he also tries to go for the next hit. Brightwing with a move. The Grom. Oh, they absolutely control his escape paths here. No chance. Emerald Wind was used. But the kill on an Uberak. What a brawl. What a brawl this game has morphed into. Genji as the light bomb. Can they make the play? They try to go. Look at this. Nick is down to 50% HP nearly instantly. His positioning is great though, I gotta admit. He's always keeping himself at the side. He knows that he's a prime target. And he is watching out for Ultralisk in particular, double checking where he positions himself. The level 16 talent completed for now for Thrall, still working on his level 1 quest. But we can now have 9 kills, 211, 20 in total. Still no fort destroyed on the blue team side. They have everything still in play, and we have 15 minutes into this game. 52,000 damage for Li Ming, 42,000 for Thrall, 41,000 for Genji. 5 versus 5 on the map. Hanzo has not died yet, and Nick at this point also has a Mirror Ball, as we already seen before. Thunderstorm for Thrall. We get the epicenter. What a game. Yeah, Nick is lasering this down, so he's not going for the playmaker potential with the Wave of Force, but so far this integrate has served him well. He needs to be very careful how he uses it, because he self-stuns, of course. So that's always a risk, but as long as he just uses it on minion waves, or when he knows that they can go for the isolated kill against someone like Muradin, that's where they can really let him shine. 18 to 17, the levels. Both of them poking on the Immortal again. Here comes the play and the big damage. Muradin survives, turns it. They try the stuns, and there it is, the light bomb into the backline. They can't go for Nick, he's too far away, but they can definitely apply the pressure to Brightwing. And also, of course, Thrall, which they tried to do, but it backfired a little bit. The Hardos, they are fighting tooth and nail here. Stormbolts thrown around from everywhere. Nubarak diving for targets time and time again, as the Hardos push them back slowly and surely. Nicely done. Right now, there's another play. Starting to make their moves, and the hits keep coming. A lot of poke now. But it's the blue team that's falling behind. And Li Ming is getting in position again. Ultralisk still dancing around here. Can they go for another light bomb? 10 seconds until he has the ult back. X-Strike is ready. Ultralisk jumps in, gets the damage on Hans, on Nick, on Liming. Forces the disintegrate to be cancelled. But they're making a play for Muradin now too. He doesn't have the ult yet. X-Strike already out. Jumping in, jumping out. Swift striking away here. Halftime show nearly over. And the shots keep coming. Shots are being fired. And it seems like the red team is able to take the Immortal down. They're burning it apart quickly. They play into the backline. The arrow is the follow-up. The combo is there, but it's just not enough damage. The Quasar is low, gets saved for a moment, but dies a painful death, and the mace hits Anduin, and he squeaks like a girl and then dies. 13 to 9 kills, and is looking better for the Hardos by the minute. Nagrom attacked again. Bam! Straight to the face. Liming with another combo. And the top lane gets pressured right here and now. Great performance from them. 14 kills, 2-9, 19 and a half. And they are making real headway topside. Good damage and also good stacks. Hardos at 28 stacks. He has 58,000 damage already. 58,000. More than the top damage dealer on the side of Team Wa. And if he completes the last 2 stacks, then the targeting is going to increase his poke potential even further. But already they're making a play for keep and maybe even core. Yeah, they're making the moves right now, trying to go for the move straight in. And so far, it's not really working yet. But if they get the kill here against Banana H, and maybe an opportunity opens up. He goes down, but so does Brightwing. The core is going to take damage, but I'm not sure they can take it down. With Brightwing gone, the heal is gone, but Genji dies, gets blown to pieces here. And the core is down to 65%. They also lost Muradin. It's a 2-0, ladies. It's a 2-0. They're going to take it right here. The quest never completed for Hazu, but they still have 66,000 damage on him. And kudos to Nick. Kudos to Nick. Even with his glass cannon, he is able to survive and has a mad impact on the victory. Sky Temple! We have our third map up and the Hardos are ahead. A 2-0 lead, not too shabby. We could see a surprise here. We obviously expected Team Wa to be the favorite, but from the beginning it was always these two teams that would fight it out. And right now the Hardos just look better. Both teams are playing with a sub player today. Masquerade has been replaced by Nagrom, who's playing for the blue team today, and Yasu, the support player for the Hardos, is apparently on a vacation for an entire month, and therefore is replaced by Ixir. Great second game though. Two things that really stood out were the great combos that we saw with Light Bomb, Genji, plus as an initiator either a stun from Muradin or also Hanzo's arrow to come out and really just initiate a CC chain that allowed them to get incredible damage out and multiple times kill several heroes. But then on the other side, you had very nice plays from Nick in particular with his Liming approach, where he doesn't go into Calamity, where he goes into full range damage, goes for Glass Cannon 2, and was still able to stay away from Genji the entire game. So the team obviously helped him to create a lot of space and make sure that it was difficult for Genji to approach in the first place. The stuns and also Wolves from Thrall made that happen, but kudos to Nick. I was very skeptical and didn't really believe that he would be able to pull that off in the slightest, but he did fantastic. So yeah, great job by him. Now we got Rhaegar as a first pick from Ixia. Sylvanas is banned out again. Leaves us with pretty much all of the melee assassins and assassins that you usually think about here, but our side laners are of course also going to be important. Dehaka, interesting. Very early Tracer pick and also Tyrael, so they go immediately for the combo. They show their hand right off the bat, but they didn't go for the Dehaka, they didn't go for a Blaze, so they left both open. I'm pretty sure that one of the two is now going to be picked by the Hardos, and then they have a chance to ban the second one out. So, yeah, there's that. And here's the Blaze pick. Alright. Blaze is taken, and we get Cassia immediately. If you go for such an early Tracer, you of course have to anticipate that your opponent is going to start and counterplay you a bit. But they just said, okay, we don't care. As long as we get Tyrael with this, we're going to make our plays. So, yeah. There we have it. We got the ban to go for a variant ban. How worried are you about Tracer? What do you ban to make her life a bit easier? What's the hero that you look at where you're saying like, don't want her to face off against that Greymane? Oh boy, I said it yesterday. Our boy is rising in priority. We had a lot of picks on him. In some of the series he played a huge role, but even here he's now considered as a potential threat to her. Benny can of course always go for variant. I mean, he's done it in the past over and over again. There was a time where for weeks he picked nothing else. There's Hogger. Yeah, also of course a good side laner, but that still leaves Dehaka if you want. Go for Urel. I mean, you have to combat with Tyrael, so there's that, but still. And yeah, what's the double pick? Bit of a moment of truth situation for the side lane. It's the only global, so they go for the Haka. As I said earlier, if they don't ban him, they're gonna take him. So the Haka gets taken. Tyrael is also gonna help you on the boss if there's ever a fight on that. And Karazim, more aggression even. Banana Age with Karazim, Karazim Tracer, a lot of dashing around, a lot of mobility. Tyrael moving in with it too. Okay. And now is the moment for Benny to show if he is gonna go for that variant or what the front line is gonna hold for them. How much are they worried about Tracer? And what is Hazu gonna pick? If you have another hero that can just auto-attack Tracer, that would of course be great for them. There it is. Varian is in. And the Vikings. Vikings and Varian. Off we go. Well done. So yeah, they come in for Varian. Put the pressure onto Tracer here. With a taunt. So that's going to be nice for them as well. And then you of course want to have the follow-ups. And the final pick for Ultralisk. What is he going to get out of this one? Maiev. Alright, awesome. Sky Temple, Maiev is the last pick. Guys, let's go. We got the Vikings. That's already fantastic. But of course, from the get-go team, wow, they set the pace for this. Let's head into game number 3. Dequaz on the Haka. It's game number 3, everybody. We have Dainu on Tracer. Ultralisk is playing Maiev. Banana Age on Karazim. And Nagrom on Tyrael. That's a cool lineup, I gotta say. Very aggressive what they have here. They're taking, of course, a bit of a risk to super mobile setup. They can go try and dive deep. They have Maiev for the tethers. They have Dehaka. You can go for the level 10 isolation. A lot of good moves from them. And at the same time, on the right side, you got Bad Benny with his Varian again, trying, of course, to lock them down. Being a Tracer, being a Karazim, doesn't matter too much. Get the taunt in, Blaze with follow-up stuns. And we get Vikings in this one as well, with the charge strikes now too. So yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun. There's a lot of moving parts in this game. Hazu gets to play the Vikings, and it has been a while that we've seen Vikings on this map. We are getting more Viking plays again lately, but most of the time... I mean, to be fair, we had one Viking game on Dragonshire, but most of the time it's other maps, like either Towers of Doom or maybe even Cursed Hollow where we're gonna get it. There's a lot of responsibility this time also on Dino, of course. They picked his Tracer early, much earlier than you normally want to take her, but they were also worried about a ban or about a ban on Tyrael. So they wanted the combo for the shield, for the sanctification, and everything that he brings to the table here. But it opened them up for some counter plays, so Dino needs to show that all of that trust is justified and that he can make the plays. And immediately Benny is on him. Benny is on him immediately. Starts charging in and chunking him down a bit. Needs, of course, the support from Rhaegar from the back here too, but that 4-man can be quite strong now, whereas the Vikings are going to attempt to help out with the camps, make sure that they can maybe soak a couple of shots, and also make the move straight up towards the experience on every single lane when the objective is up and the boss is being fought over, and the teams have to move away from the lanes. There's the Haka to counterplay that, at least a little bit. He's the only global that we have on the map, but the blue team is already invading. I gotta stick to your strengths, but there's invade. Okay, careful. Camp is about to be taken. Who claims it? So far, it seems like the red team might be able to fight this one back, especially since Ultralisk is low. He's on the run. Could jump in again. They're making a play for Copenhagen. Is already in the corner. Nagrom also about to fall. Gets the explosion, though. And that's at least a kill on Blaze. The fight not over yet. Ultralisk falls. Dino is low. And the camp gets taken by the Hardos as they lock in the third kill and drop Dehaka. And while all of this happens, the top lane pressures. That's a disaster right now. Absolute disaster. Tracer is taken apart too. Runs straight into Varian, who drops the taunt, gets the damage in. The recall doesn't work. And that, ladies, is 4 kills, more than a level lead now, and pressure on every single lane. That was a disastrous start for Team Wa. They lost way too much here. They lost way too much. They wanted to go for an aggressive play around the Siege Giant camp. Then they were thinking about giving it up for a moment as Ultralisk moved out. They said, okay guys, let's commit here. They didn't expect, I believe, that the Hardos would fully defend it. And then not only did they defend it and steal it, but they also were able to get 3 kills and then followed up with a 4th against Tracer. That's about as bad as you can start into a game. Nagrom gets attacked here too. Tracer needs to try and bring this back somehow. They're diving in deep for kills, and here comes the Haka too. That drag misses though, but Ultralisk trying to make the play. They're going for Bad Benny, and this has to be a kill, and they take him down. Benny dies, but level 7 is now ready for the Hardos, and shots are being fired all over the place. The game isn't over, but the situation for the blue team definitely didn't get any easier. Nick, on the other hand, is a bit isolated here, and with a good tether, they might be able to take him down after all. Rhaegar's jumping in too, as Tracer becomes the target. Nick just cleaving them out here. Vault of the Warden. They want him. They want him. They might just get him. They go for Maiev, and she's down, but Ixia drops as Tyrael and Tracer are going in for a kill. What a slugfest. 5 kills to 3, hit after hit. Massive aggression on both sides as they're going for the kills. The shots are fired though, and quite a lot of those. Seems like the top fort is gonna fall. In the meantime, Hardos has already done damage at the bottom of the map. Those bloody Vikings just controlling the pace on the lane. And as the dust settles, we have more shots claimed by the Hardos, and more importantly, a lot of structural damage. Some of it facilitated by the Vikings themselves, and some of it simply through the temple shots alone. But we have one fort destroyed, a second one at 50% HP for the blue team, and the wall also gone. And again they evade the taunt, and a kill! Karazim is down. They're committing fully here. They're trying quickly for the kill on Nick, and he kills Tracer before he himself dies. And they keep him alive. They keep him alive for such a long time. Dehaka is finally able to drop him, and they get Rhaegar too. Dequaza coming through for the team here. But another taunt murders Maiev, and at least the Siege Giant camp was taken by Team Wa. But they are more than a level behind right now. It's absolutely bonkers. And the Vikings are still pressuring at the top with Belloc. This is getting crazy. Vikings are applying pressure on the lanes while the team is fighting and winning these battles. Great taunts again from Varian. They were coming in initially for Karazim. They dropped him. Dequaza nearly saving the day for him, at least getting a kill. They might have been able to get another one too. I guess if Dino is able to take down Cassia first, there's a chance. Olaf gets chased down here as they're at least taking the Vikings apart. Another one is getting chased towards the top and will also fall, I suppose. But yeah, they need a big fight. They go for the boss. It's a bit of a Hail Mary move already. They need to do something here, and they know it too. All of the Vikings are down. They got Sanctification and the 7-sided strike. So make a couple of risky plays and at least get the kills there. Is more or less the only thing that they really can do. Take some risks. They're already behind, so they're taking that risk. But is it going to pay off for them? That's the question. Here comes the play. The taunt is already out. Where's the Sanctification when you need it? On the short cooldown, got interrupted. They need the plays right now. Where's that 7-sided strike? Sanctification needs to be dropped. It needs to be dropped quickly. It could be there any second now. Tyrael loses it on the left. No, he messed up his hotkeys. Tyrael fucked up the Sanct, and they're losing 3 heroes. Nogrom with a big mistake. He tried to cue the hotkeys and it didn't work out. He dropped the Sanctification outside of the fight and then jumped in with the Ildruins. And that, oh boy, that could be game already. Oh, what a horrible mistake here by the tank player. That one hurt. First, the Sanctification got interrupted. The first Sanctification gets interrupted. And then he finally gets the cooldown. He queues the hotkeys up. Apparently, he oh god. That was disastrous. Everybody stayed on the point because they expected Sanctification to come in. That didn't happen, and everybody died. And now they are, of course, getting crushed here. 7.5 minutes in on Sky Temple. The Hardos with a 2-0 lead, and they are now nearly 3 levels ahead. Boy, that one hurts. Oh, I don't know what to say. 21,000 damage against 31,000 on the top damage dealers. Bot lane keep in trouble. I think going for the boss, it was not a bad choice. You have to take some risks. They have good tools with Cage, with the 7-sided, and also with the Sanct. But then, of course, you have to play it well, and they just didn't. This one was much better. They get 1 kill that they could. They get 2 kills. They get the kills. I just don't know if it's too little too late. Bad Benny dies too. The 3rd kill is there. Bottom of the map gets pushed. Guys, I don't know. If they win that fight on the boss, it's a completely different game. But right now, they get some victories in these battles. But it might be too late. It might already be too late. That's the big question now. The Vikings are pushing this in. There's no mule here that you can use to try and heal this up. Oh god, this is... Yeah, this is rough. This is really, really rough. Balog is gonna die. He can waste some of the Quasar's time, but that's all that he can do here. Hazo is gonna try. So yeah, this is obviously gonna be the end of him. Gets ping-ponged around a little bit. I like it. Oh! Missed that one too! Yeah, but he's going to fall. Maybe not? Alright. There we go. Kind of Sudoku'd a little bit there towards the end. But yeah, we got 9 kills to 11. But of course, the structural advantage is huge. There's not a single fort that has been destroyed on the red team side. And the Vikings, as the map opens up, are going to get more control as this continues. Top side. Off we go. The blue team has to be super aggressive now. They have to take fight and fight and fight and fight. The more fights they can get, the better. It's the only chance for them to win. Get fights and win them. It's the only chance. If they have to play macro, they're going to lose this game. And they know that too. If they lose a team fight, it's over as well. Here comes the bunker. Gets baited out very, very early. It's thanks to the 7-sided. Tyrael could go for the Sanct. There it is. Sanctification is ready. Isolation is also played out. And Bad Benny is going to fall. Should fall. Will fall. Could fall. Doesn't fall. Gets away. Are you kidding me? Benny gets out. They saved his ass. Jet propulsion was the first thing. And now we got level 16. They will have to fight. Level 16 or not level 16. I don't care anymore. They have to fight these fights. And without ults, this is going to be a disaster. Yep, there's the kill. Tyrael pulls a Houdini and just disappears. They go for Copenhagen. And he's dead. But so is Maiev. Yeah, Banana H, he's also down. Both of the keeps on the left side, in the middle, and the bot lane are, by the way, nearly gone. And yes, the first one falls. First keep is down. Now the one at the top gets attacked directly by the shots. They can, of course, also move down to the bot lane. They can go for the keep. They can go for the core. This is looking absolutely hopeless. Yeah, Auriel is nowhere to be seen. Hope has been lost and not recovered. We have 10 kills to 14. And the Vikings are now taking the bot lane, which means that another keep falls and the fight continues. There's another bomb, another drag, and Varian, yes, he'll die, but what does that do for you at this point? The Vikings, they're soaking more and more of the shots. Quasar, he knows that he has to contest it, so he goes down to the bot lane. They kill at least some of the Vikings, but with 2 keeps already gone and the opponent not even losing a single fort, this should be impossible to recover from. If they make a comeback here, that would be one of the most insane comebacks that we've ever seen in this game. And look at the talents now. They go for aggression. Way over 100 fists. Damage. Gimme damage, gimme damage. Try and take them down before they take you down. And they go for the boss again. They have to. They can't let the boss be here. They can't. So they sacrifice a few more shots at the bottom. They go for the boss. They got the holy ground now. They got everything. They take it. And that will finally drop at least one structure. But that fight on the boss earlier, the first one, was just too much. Hazu, he gets killed on the Vikings. More camps get taken. Bot lane gets attacked. A few shots fired. The boss, they gotta remove him time and time again. And I would love for someone to make a play for the top, but it seems like they're maybe even sacrificing it. No, Dehaka is here. Dehaka is here and he has to. And you can tell that the Hardos look at this and they're like, guys, we don't even have to fight them. We got Vikings. Unless they force us, why fight it? Play it slow, play it safe, and don't give them team fights that they need to start this comeback. So now at the bottom of the map, we got them coming in again for another potential fight. Oh, Benny, the taunt, the drug, and the kill. Varian is down, the Ancestral was too late, and the bot lane can be pressured. They're trying. They're really, really trying. They're doing everything they can. Do they still have a chance? Vikings with a few shots fired. The core is getting attacked right now. The shield is falling. Shouldn't get too much damage done, but the core will lose a few points. But they know they need to do some damage, so they're trying to at least get the keep at the bottom of the map. 82% on the blue team's core. First one already. Hearthing back. Ultralis 2. They're trying to stop the Hearths. There's already the next move, but Tracer at least made it back and is saving the day for the time being. 69% on the core. Take the catapults down. The pressure play at the bot lane didn't destroy the keep completely, but they got some damage in. It's the curse of Sky Temple. The curse of Sky Temple. You fall too far behind in structures and your opponent can just macro your ass 6 days to Sunday. Double Temple is coming up next, and the core it gets attacked directly. This is why we're always talking on this map about how you need to try and get damage done against the structures without using the objective. It will eventually lead to you having a big lead over your opponent in every single other aspect here, and you finally winning the game with the objective alone. There's level 20 for the Hardos. Now they got the Storm Titan advantage. Immediately we get Vigilance. We got the Farseer's Blessing in, Titan's Revenge. And all they can hope for is one fight and a team wipe. And even with level 20, the Hardos don't even have to give them that fight. But Varian gets caught, and Varian gets killed. Varian is down, and they're gonna get more than that. The bunker is already being used here. Alright, the action for Copenhagen. He's dead. Hello? They're all of a sudden getting kills. Guys, they might get level 20 here. Cleanse is already out. Okay, the Quasar doesn't hit that, but the objective is up in 20 seconds. They need to deal with the Vikings, so the core is going to fall there. Guys, they're YOLOing. They're YOLOing. They're going for core. They're going for core. It's the one chance they have. They're going for the core right here. They know that's nearly hopeless. Is this possible? Can they pull this off? Can they pull this off? The Vikings in 2 seconds are going to be on the shots. Shots fired, but the core is falling quickly, and the shots are not going to do enough. They're taking it. They're close. They're so close. They're taking the game. 10 hit points. It's a victory. It's a fucking victory for Team WoW. Are you kidding me? What the hell is happening today? Towers of Doom. Who thought we would be on a 4th map? Team gets their ass kicked the entire time, and then they turn it at the end. Insane. The only situation, the only call where they can try to come in and take a victory. Nagrom is so relieved right now, you have no idea. In the lobby here, I asked him how happy he is that they won the game, given that he missed the Sank, and immediately everybody on his team was like, yeah, that was a wild one. And he's just like, guys, I wasn't even playing. Like, I let my sister play for a couple of seconds. I was busy. So yeah, it was phenomenal. Honestly, that game was just incredible. I have never seen a game make such a recovery. I've seen insane recoveries. I've seen absolutely incredible recoveries. A lot of situations where you had a team dominate and then a last team fight, they get wiped and then they lose. I don't think I've seen something like this. Everything was going well for the Hardos. And then that one first boss fight when Nagrom tries to queue the Sank up, misses the timing, uses Sanctification outside of the spot, jumps in, and they all die because they expect the Sanctification to go off. It doesn't, and everybody is dead. It was insane. Big mistake, but at the end it doesn't matter because the team came through. Dino again also called out on the damage here and with the plays, of course. Quasar with the continuous drags. Benny at the front had such a hard time staying alive towards the end. And after they get the first 2 kills there, they just say, guys, this is the only chance we have. We cannot play any kind of game that allows them to macro us. We just can't. So with that, they're immediately coming in and go for the big ones. Yeah, there's Banana on Honor. This is shit that you don't see when you play cross server, by the way. Just saying. The Tracer moves from Dino on this one, which is absolutely bonkers. And right now we got Banana on Ana. Let's see if his Ana is as bananas as I remember it. But yeah, there's the Nano boost already. Very early the commitment. Falstad banned, the Haka open, Blaze taken, so you can go straight up for the global. Look at that shit! The balls on these boys. They go for the Vikings against Hazu. They let them through and they're like, you're not the only one that can play Vikings. Now we're gonna show you how it's done. Banana with Genji. Banana's Ana with Genji, so Nano boosts Dragon Blade most likely. And we get the Vikings this time from Team Wow. That's... ah, boy. They missed the ban. Benny is so stunned, he's sitting here. I cannot believe this is happening. He's still shocked from game number 3. He's still shocked. He's still looking at this like, boys, I don't know what's going on here. They missed their ban. There's the Teriel ban. And just wow. Just wow. Vikings against the Hardos. Not bad. Not bad at all. Okay. Towers of Doom, obviously. Big one. And, well... let me see what Benny is gonna go for now. Don't let the timer run out, boys. We don't need a random pick from you. Diablo and Brightwing. Here they are. They got a global, they got Hanzo, they got Diablo. There's a lot of stun potential. Oof. And they go for Morales and for Greymane. Both of it. Morales, Ana, and Greymane. Guys, we've seen this before. They played something similar. I think it was in the Nexus Cup. And it looked like a bit of a troll. But boy, they're going for that double support again. With Ultralisk, with Greymane. Greymane with the potential to take a lot of the structures down here. They have played some crazy stuff whenever they felt that they are massively ahead of their opponent. And of course, some of those things, they work a little bit better than others. So they go for that crazy combo once again. This time they're up against Tracer. And Tracer into Greymane and Genji. Now, this is also going to be a wild one. Oh, this is going to be special. This is always the thing with them. You never know if the crap that they play when they are massively ahead against a weaker team is something that eventually pops up against one of the top teams. And here, they're just busting it out. We've seen it before, now we're seeing it again. Towers of Doom, the Hardos against Team Wah in the winner bracket final. Team Wah is out there now. They were able to start the comeback. They won on Sky Temple. And now we're heading into the 4th map. And we have them again with a composition we've already seen from them once. But as I said, back then they didn't play it in a winner bracket final. And they didn't play it against a team that is on the level of the Hardos. But apparently they liked it. So now they're going for a similar style again. We have Ultralisk on Genji, Nagrom on Morales, Banana on Ana, the double support here. With Dino on the Vikings, Quasar, he is likely going to receive the Stim Drone. He's playing Greymane for the team, and they are definitely throwing a big curveball at the Hardos. Yeah, right side of the map, Bad Benny on Diablo, Hazu on Hanzo, we got Ixi on Brightwing, Nick on Tracer, and Copenhagen is playing a Blaze. The beauty of having Greymane, with this much support of course, but Greymane in general, is that he is fantastic on camps and he is fantastic against structures. You empower him, and he is going to serve you well in a lot of those situations where you're just trying to take some structures down. And in those big team fights, they will try to utilize him to absolutely murder the opponent team. The double support is definitely going to help with that a little bit. Banana has to be careful with his Ana here too. Can of course go in for the sleep darts as well. But this is a wild combo that they're playing. They played this once already. This is the second time that I'm seeing this from him. And the question is, of course, can it succeed against a team like the Hardos? That's the big question here. But it's one of those things, when you're not prepared for it, it can definitely hit you hard. And it's easy to underestimate it too. You can always play the macro with the Vikings, and the 4-man that we're going to see emerge from them here is massively centering around the 2 supports in Greymane. Genji can always split off a bit. He has the mobility to join the team quickly. And that's exactly what he's going to try and do for a long time during all of this. So we'll see if they can make those things work. And obviously this only works if you're really on point with your moves here. Nagrom, he already got all of the silly moves out of his system on Sky Temple, so he's ready to fight, you know that already. And, well, they're chunking down Bad Benny a bit with Quasar. Greymane has zero problem here. And what we're definitely going to see from the Hardos is a move into the backline. So they need to try and take Ana and also Morales out. They cannot just simply focus on someone that gets healed by two supports. That's going to be real tricky. There's a bit of a lack of CC for a team. That's definitely undeniable. But there's a lot of damage potential here. But this is exactly what I just talked about. They need to Mokus Forales. If they don't Mokus Forales or Ana, then they might be in some trouble later on in the game. Greymane, yeah, he's already dancing around this quite nicely. He's already having some fun here. And look at this. They're low, and that might be even a kill. Genji came in and gets out. Ultralisk was hoping that he can catch them off guard here. And they nearly got their kill. I mean, look at them. They're all low, and they are all healed up already. The double support making it possible here without even a problem. Morales now going straight into the trauma trigger. I can tell you that the Hardos are definitely traumatized. After game number 3, I mean, who isn't? Level 1, the Caduceus feedback. And top side, already pressure on the bell tower. Copenhagen is coming in here and is pushing the Vikings back. It's kind of wild, by the way, to see Dino and Vikings in the first place. Not really a hero that you would normally associate with him. But they already played him. And just to give you guys a bit of an idea, check out the damage that we have on Greymane. Greymane is currently at 10,000 damage, and he has 23,000 hero damage. And he is not playing off lane. He is playing at the bottom of the map in that main, so he is really wrecking, and that is because he is empowered by the two supports here. Greymane being played a lot lately, once again, and I'm happy that the Wolf is back to business. Yeah, Nick, by the way, has to be also careful. Ultralisk is already moving back, but we have the Vikings coming in again for another interrupt. And, yep, that one didn't work out. So 2 of the altars go to the Hardos. Only 1 gets captured by Team Ultralisk. Yeah, trying to get the kill on Tracer, but he couldn't. The bottom of the map is a very different picture, on the other hand. As you can tell, these guys are completely outmatched right now, so the bell tower is already on 50%. They need more of an assist if they really want to hold this one. We had Morales with the Vanadium plating, and the Wizened Duelist here for Greymane as he's trying to stack up even more damage. Blaze at the top is getting attacked, and they're ganking up on him a bit. The attempt, of course, to block with the Vikings, so far not really successful. Could be a kill, but they gotta get out because Brightwing is here. And Ultralisk is able to escape. Okay, that was the important one. Now the party continues at the bottom of the map, as we have the Pumpkins now claimed. Level 7 talents are in, we haven't seen a single kill yet. But the question is also, what can they do later on with level 10 abilities? What are we gonna get then? Already we have 83 stacks for Diablo, so the hit point pool is definitely increased on the bad boy at the front line. You want to have that CC later for Dequaza. But with the damage that he's already putting out, just imagining him with the stim drone later. He can go bananas on them. Absolutely. That's exactly what he's going to try and do. The beast unleashed. Already looking for some damage down here again. Look at look at Azobs. Staying away as far as he can from him. Big bad wolf. Don't want to deal with him. And Haza gets attacked right away. So Haza gets attacked, jumps out barely, but Morales is still getting attacked here, and Greymane is now a bit alone. They need a bit more. Oh, Tracer is in real trouble. The cocktail is missing then again, but he needs the heal, and he gets it from Morales as the 5v5 is coming into play. The Vikings still sitting on the side, and Greymane gets flipped over, stunned, and killed. That's exactly how the Hardos have to approach this. They need to take Greymane down whenever an opportunity presents itself. Now we have only Ultralisk down here for the damage. Yeah, Dino gets attacked. Has by now also on level 1 moved into all of the stout. There's the heals. They use him as a tank in this case. That's working out for them nicely. Trying to go for Tracer and the kill! Ultralisk! But he gets dropped by his brother. Hazu moves in. Shimada on Shimada. And Olaf gets dropped as well. The Vikings in the meantime still controlling the mid and the top lane. Greymane is back and he's right on Diablo's throat. But Brightwing is moving in with a CC whenever possible. Level 10 abilities give us now the go for the throat, just talking about it. And we have, of course, in addition to that, also the Stim Drone, Nano Boost and Dragon Blade. Altar is being channeled, and that puts us on even footing on core points between the two teams. And a bit of an adjustment for Brightwing too. So Brightwing went into the Emerald Wind, another tool that they can use to try and control the damage dealers. And also, of course, create a little bit of space for their own backline. Big damage at the bell tower at the top, at the bottom. The arrow goes far and wide. There's the Stim Drone. They want their kill. Stim to win, baby. And immediately the Emerald Wind. Coming in, just telling them, nope, not gonna happen. Stim drone, not today, my friend. They go for Morales. Morales is low, but he has Genji with a nano boost. And this time they're trying to go for Brightwing. Brightwing is down, the APOC a little bit too low, but the wall stun hits, and it hits hard, but not hard enough. They get the kill, 2 kills to 3, and now the bottom bell tower is wide open, but Blaze at the top lane has already taken 1, so it's still 4 bell towers to 4. At the same time, you gotta admit that this is the more important lane on the map. The bot lane is where 2 of the pumpkin camps are gonna go straight for the core, and you're also isolating the bottom altar. So very, very important to control this lane. So as long as it stays like this, that is an advantage for the blue team for sure. Little check also on the damage. 23,000 for Greymane, 25,000 for Hanzo. Genji is sitting at 22, and they are going for the next camp here. Still the attempt to escort the bot lane a bit. Up at the top, oh, Olaf is down, and that's pumpkins that are moving in. Yeah, 3 shots fired, easy hits right there. Whereas down at the bottom of the map, the pumpkins were now taken apart by the Hardos. 29 points to 23. Still diving around here. It's a single altar on the map, and level 13 is going to be ready very, very soon. There it is already for the red team, as we have them with the added talent. Not available yet for team. Are they still going to fight? Can they interrupt? Azu, the stun, and they go for Morales. Nope, they actually go for Genji here. The shots are already being fired, by the way. And the Vikings are so far not really participating in the battle. Always there's a few of them at least split. Nice move onto Morales. That's a stun into stun. Beautiful using the corridor here. And they get not only Morales, but also Greymane. So 2 are dead. APOC into Hanzo stun or vice versa. And they are able to use the CC chain to drop 2 of them. 5 kills to 2. Hardos, they are getting used to this a little bit more. They're playing well around the CC. That's exactly what they have to do, what they have to use. And the bell tower conversion at the bottom of the map is initiated. Genji is trying to slow them down as much as he can. And he is getting Diablo low. And at the top side, the Vikings are, of course, attempting to do the same thing. But Copenhagen... I mean, Copenhagen is honestly... He's a little bit bored over here. He's just sitting at the lane, dealing with the Vikings the entire time. Whereas his 4-man is going for fight after fight. He's the only one that can't really participate in this. Dino using Olaf continuously as a tank. But he's likely gonna... Nah, with the heals from Morales, he's not gonna fall. Once they have level 16, they can obviously utilize the stun too. And that's going to be a little bit easier for them. Finally relying on some CC, but it's 5 to 3 bell towers, and that's starting to become a little bit dicey. We have 2 altars now opening up. As long as you only lose one of them, you're still alright, but if you lose both, then you're definitely in trouble. So here comes the play. Into the choke point again. Dequaza jumping in, out. No stim drone utilized yet. There's the arrow. Okay, so far dodged. The bomb doesn't connect either. They're trying to go for Diablo. Large blade from Ultralis. Can they go for a move? No, they cannot. It's a kill. Hanzo survives. Genji is already dead. And that's another Viking that gets dropped here. 2 of them already down. 7 kills to 2 now in total in favor of the Hardos. And they're getting closer to level 16. 5 shots are already fired. Another 5 will come into play right now. And this makes this really difficult because level 16 is ready for them. 15 points against 32. And the pressure at the bot lane continues as the Hardos are looking for the next bell tower. Already piercing arrows, we got the domination in. Hush from Brightwing. But the air is getting a lot thinner here. The counterplay at the top. So Dino is trying to retake this, and he might be able to pull it off now with Olaf and with Eric. But Copenhagen is coming back. He took another pumpkin camp and is pushing them out as is. At least the camp over here gets taken. Then he was thinking about invading, but a moment too late to contest the camp. But as long as they can take the bell tower at the bot lane, they're going to be very happy here. That would be a disaster, honestly, for Team... if that bell tower is lost. Polybomb, and Dequaza survives. And double support is pretty good. If you have a double support, the single target can be taken. Top side, they're trying to make sure that these pumpkins are not connecting. But seems like Copenhagen has a say on that too. There's the stun, bunker, and Ultralis gets out. He gets out, barely, but he still wants the kill, as you can see. He still wants that kill. Stays outside of the range, and Brightwing is helping out to ensure that Blaze doesn't die here. Ultralis can't engage, so now he's falling back. He was hoping that a Swift Strike and a few auto attacks would seal the deal. Has, of course, the Dragon Claw here also on level 4. And by now, we're going to have a level 16. The situation... This is honestly so bad that right now, they could lose the game here. If all 3 altars are taken by the Hardos, then the game is just over. Unless they retake the top bell tower. But level 16 is in, and now we got the stun. Largen and Charge is here. We also got the Alpha Killer. They have the first responder, and it's really time to get some kills and get them quickly. Tracer is playing the top side out. Brightwing is taking the top right. That's for sure 5 shots fired, but they need some kills, or this is just lights out. Tracer gets the kill. That's another set, so Nick is going to take it, and this is bad news, guys. This could be game. This could be game. If they don't win this bottom fight right now, then this is just over. Copenhagen falling is the first step into a right direction, but it's 5 points on the core against 32, and the battle is not over yet. Olaf, he's the one that gets boosted. The stim drone on him. Benny goes down, but he had the stacks. He had the stacks, and Nick is still looking for more damage. This could be game. The altar is still up. 5 points to 32, and the fight isn't over. Another stun, another play. They heal. Still Quasar. He's alive, but barely. Barely alive here. They want to make sure that he makes it, but I'm not sure they can. Here comes Benny again. Diablo is just pushing this further and further. The Quasar jumps from the left to the right and is always able to somehow keep himself in play. They got the altar at least, so now it's 29 points, 2-5, but this is of course getting still incredibly difficult for them to manage. The bell tower, the top lane has to be taken. They have to keep tabs on the boss too. They can't let this one go. But they're not out of the game yet. They made one of the most insane comebacks happen on Sky Temple that I've ever seen, so don't count them out just yet. Team Wah with the damage is going in deep. They have that top lane to still consider. They can't let Blaze push another pumpkin camp in. That just can't happen. And we already have Tracer on the way to make exactly that work. They see what's happening though, so immediately the move towards the top. They know what's going on here. Vikings have been detected, so they know that Eric has sniffed this one out. But they're not dealing with this. This is another 3 shots fired. They're down to 2 points, everybody. Down to 2 points on the core. Boss is more important, but it also means that they have to take control of the top lane or they can lose the game to Pumpkins alone. Nice body block. The APOC, I don't think that's going to save him. But Emerald Wind just might. Emerald Wind, definitely the play here. That saved the day for him for now. Arrow, nicely dodged by Banana. That was headed straight for him and he was able to dodge out on it. 8 kills to 4, 2 points to 29. Top side, Dino is trying to retake the bell tower. It's a double altar that is popping up next, and the blue team needs to win both of them. They need to win them both. Can they? That's the big question. 72,000 damage for Greymane. Where's the kills? They need them. They need those kills. The first altar is taken, the shots are fired, but they need to invade this. Space created. Azu gets interrupted. The bomb not killing Morales, but the second play for Nagro might just drop him after all. Ana is already dead. One support is gone. That's 2 of them eliminated. And this has to be game. The Vikings are dying. Greymane is low. He gets popped. Ultralisk is the only survivor. Not for long. The channel will happen eventually. And that is lights out. This is game. 5-man wipe nearly. Only Genji survives. But that's a victory for the Hardos in the winner bracket final. They move on to the grand final and send Team Wah to the losers bracket.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.